So hi guys, good morning. Okay, so few days back I was actually talking about choosing your agent wisely. So today I'm gonna talk about why insurance is important, why you have to have an insurance. Okay, so basically as we all know, those days our parents, they are not well aware of the importance of insurance, correct? Even if our parents who is well aware about insurance, the second thing is actually they will be having financial burden, so they chose not to choose the insurance and to invest the finance in some other things. So that exactly happened in my own life. So again, I'm reiterating, I am not selling insurance, I am not getting any commission, this is not a paid review, this is something happened in my own life. So I'm just sharing as a thought so that I can give an awareness of how much insurance is important. So it happens in my life where it happened to my own mother. So those days when my mother, because my mother is a single parent, so she has to bring up me and my we siblings. So she did not give importance for her personal insurance. So when the time that I started working, it was already too late for me to get an insurance for her, because she was already diagnosed with hypertension and diabetic. Those days insurance does not cover hypertension and diabetic. So because the other illness which will actually follow beside that is usually the complication to diabetic and hypertension. So it was too late for us to get an insurance for her. So in the year 2020, she was actually suffering with some kind of symptom similar to gastritis. So she have been visiting the KK clinics, GP clinics and everything, and always they prescribe her with the gastritis medications, Gaviscon and so on. Nothing worked. So usually, because she has diabetic and hypertension, she will be following up with the KK clinic. So usually in the KK clinic, every 6 months they will do a thorough check. So at this particular time, on September 2020, they did an ECG test on her and it seemed to be irregular. So they gave her a referral letter to see a cardiologist, okay, in the government hospital. So my mother came back home and told me this. So what I did, I saw the urgent stamp on the referral letter. I contacted the government hospital to get an appointment. That was actually a MCO period. So you all know usually MCO time the hospitals are full with COVID patient, and they reduced or minimalized the follow-up visits because to avoid contagious disease, right? Being direct contact and so on. So that happened to my mother. The waiting queue was the appointment was given on February 2021. So the waiting queue is actually 5 months. So my mother's symptom got worsened, and due to her health was actually important to me, I had to bring her to private hospital. Yes, for private hospital there is no waiting period. You can get diagnosed like almost within days, and you can start your treatment, but money matters. Yeah, so I'm not blaming the government hospital here. They have a very good specialist doctors. Even you are admitted in a private hospital, if your condition gets complicated, you will be transferred to the government hospital, because they have an ultimate specialist there. However, the waiting queue is long, because we have millions of people visiting government hospital. Okay, so took her to the private hospital. She was diagnosed with heart problem. She had 3 blocks. So without any choice, I had to follow up the treatment there, because to even see a cardiologist in a government hospital, it is only in February, where my mother's heart block condition is actually, she had a 90% block and 99% block, which means she can collapse anytime. So I don't have choice. So I had to follow up with the private hospital, and Yes, I had to fork out my own money. So with all the treatments, after that, due to non-compliance of medication, she was diagnosed with stroke, and I had to again following up the treatment in the private hospital. So the total cost of her medical treatment and everything is 80,000. So of course I had to process my I had to go through some personal loan processes, and also her EPF, which did help me, which I'm still paying back my personal loan processes and everything. So this is just the medical treatment cost, excluding her follow-ups, her physio sessions and everything. Yeah. So what happened next was I did lost my mother here. So but that was another thing, but at least I did my best. Yeah, I did not wait, I did not queue up in the time. That is because I was able to bring out that money. How about if I wasn't able to bring out the money? I guess I would have lost my mother way before then. Correct? Okay. Second thing, the second scenario happened to my auntie, who was actually not well. She has been coughing. She have been having some breathing difficulties. So we brought her to the government hospital. They just checked because there was a lot of patient, and then they sent her back home. No cure. She was suffering the next day, and then the next day we bring her back, and then they again sent her back home with nothing, just a cough mixture and everything. The third day she fainted. So we brought her to the emergency again. They got admitted, and it was then diagnosed she had lungs infection. Okay, a severe level lungs infection. This is because she does not have a medical card. So, and that particular time we couldn't even fork out money for a private hospital. So we had to bring her to the government hospital, and despite being in a very serious condition, then she got admitted and got diagnosed. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you have a medical card, at least you can get diagnosed early and get your treatment early. You don't have to fork out money. If I would be able to get a medical card for my mother before she was diagnosed with hypertension and diabetic, that would have saved a lot. I wouldn't be paying my the loan money now. You see how important that to get a medical card for yourself. Insurance is really important. And despite that, I guess right now they also have like medical card for patient who is already diagnosed with hypertension and diabetic, but there is always a terms and condition for it. So I think you should get you should discuss this with your insurance agents, get a proper clarification before you sign up. And I understand that financial has been a burden these days after MCO and everything. So just at least get a self budget and speak to your agent, get a minimal coverage at least to cover your medical condition, because you can't be depending on anyone, and no one will be forking out money for us. It's us. We have to fork out money. So the first self-love you should have for yourself is getting yourself an insurance. So like I mentioned, you can also speak to the agent who actually proposed for me with my own budget. So maybe you can speak to her, provide her your budget, so that she can give you a proposal and you can get your insurance. So stay healthy, stay safe, love yourself first, so that you can love and take care of your loved ones. Love you.